Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Kirby and the Amazing Mirror Any Percent tournament race happening today. I believe this is our fourth today. We've been really busy with matches today. This match is a loser bracket match between MusiQuil and a12helton. MusiQuil, a veteran Kirby runner, known more for Nightmare in Dreamland. a12helton, a newish player to Kirby and the Amazing Mirror. It's my fault he's playing in this game to begin with. Helton on a bit of a momentum right now. He just PB'd with a 32 today, shortly before preparing for his match against Quill. However, Quill is a veteran runner. He has a PB of 29, a very excellent time, and he's the favorite in this matchup between these two. So Kirby and the Amazing Mirror Any Percent is all about it's all about beating the game as fast as possible and rolling the credits. To do that, players will have to beat all 8 bosses scattered around the world, complete the center hub mirror world, and complete the center hub mirror, and fight the final boss, Darkmind. Our runners will be going along a linear segment towards the first boss, King Golem. But after that, the players can then defeat the remaining 7 bosses in pretty much any order they want. So there's a lot of flexibility with this any percent route, and because of that, we are going to be tracking which bosses our runners have defeated or not. Below the screen, you see the different boss icons there, and we're going to hopefully be doing that. So interesting note here, MusiQuil is running on the North American version of Kirby and the Amazing Mirror. Helton is running on a JP cart. The difference is soft resets. When the press start screen shows up, you have to wait for all the letters to come in before you can accept a start input, whereas Helton doesn't have to wait that time. Over the course of the run, it doesn't save that much time to be run in Japanese. It's only about, I want to say, 6 to 7 seconds over the course of the run. That amount of time is up to you, whether or not it's worth shelling out money for a Japanese cart, but here we go. We're just waiting for the match to start between Quill and Helton. They are waiting for the ready here in the SRL room. Now, if I am correct, both these players are going to... Oh, there we go, and the match is off. All right, so the game is going to start out in this tutorial intro section. We're going to have 2 tricks back-to-back here. First up is gate skip. Normally, you need to call your Kirby friends in order to learn that this game is all about being co-op, but oh, Helton not getting gate skip though. A well-timed jump gets you through there rather than having to call your friends. And coming up next is the first mix of the run. Bonk into the Cupid, get the Sword Knight, and get Wheel. Quill's on his way, Helton not too far behind. We got a race going on. So mixed roulettes in this game are not randomized. Depending on the first enemy to get sucked into your stomach, it'll always start at the same point. So getting Wheel there is consistent if you can get the 4-frame window. So we want to mix for Wheel because it is stupidly good in Kirby and the Amazing Mirror. This probably has the most overpowered version of Wheel in the Kirby franchise. Not only is it the fastest way to get horizontally through rooms, you are also invincible as you're wheeling through enemies. You can only get hit if you're turning. And you can jump with Wheel. That's a huge thing. So a lot of this run is going to consist of very tight wheel movement between these 2 runners. That's what's going to set a good runner from a great runner, being able to navigate these rooms without bonking, without getting hit by enemies, and even avoiding enemies, as we'll talk about later when I talk about hit lag. So we are on a linear path to King Golem, but after that, I believe our runners are going to split up along their favorite routes. Alright, for this first Frosty fight, we're going to discard our Wheel ability, pick up the 2 Waddle Ds at the bottom of the screen, re-get Wheel, and 3 additional hits on Frosty is enough to take him out. Alright, I might as well talk about this now since we got a little time before King Golem. When you're hitting an enemy in this game, an effect plays that pauses the screen for around 3 frames, and although this doesn't sound like a lot of time, you're going to be hitting a lot of enemies. So, in order to save time, over the course of the run, our runners are going to be trying their best in order to dodge enemies, jump over them, wheel around them, anything that doesn't waste more time than it takes to, dodge the enemy. Quill and Helton are going to be discarding wheel here for stone because I believe I've said this 3 times already today, but stone absolutely destroys King Golem and a lot of other bosses in this game. All it takes is 3 double hit rock drops, and you can pretty much waste half the bosses in this game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. King Golem is dead. And there's the first mirror shard for MusiQuil. Helton not too far behind. Doing a victory rock there at the end. Alright, Quill is going to be grabbing wheel from the east gate here. We'll be visiting this wheelie quite a bit over the course of the run. Yeah, the wheel movement is definitely a big reason why people enjoy running Kirby and the Amazing Mirror. Wheel just feels so loose, so fast, so nice. If you get really good with wheel, you can absolutely breeze through a lot of rooms in this game. Quill bonking a little bit. So both our runners are going to head to the South Rainbow Gate. This will pretty much open up a lot of options to go after. The typical route is to do Radish Ruins first and get Meta Knight out of the way, but we could see some very different branching paths here. We'll see what our runners are doing. Helton is about a room behind here, so I want to say he's about 15 seconds behind. Maybe not that much. So Quill is going to be going south to Radish Ruins. He's going to be taking out Meta Knight first. Very common. A lot of runners like to kill like to kill Meta Knight, I should say, and Molly right off the bat in regular RTAs because they are very prone to messing up your runs due to randomness. Meta Knight loves to randomly block your attacks, and there's not a whole lot you can do about that. And Molly just loves wasting your time. Oh, Quill having a bit of trouble in vertical room here. Oh no, Helton's gonna lose wheel! Oh no, does he know the mix setup? He's not going for the mix setup, however. We'll see if he does the smart thing and goes for Molly first, rather than continuing on and doing Radish Ruins. So, if Helton is good, he's going to go get Stone and go after Molly. Unfortunately, no, he is going for wheel. This is a bit of a time loss here, going back and grabbing the wheel. So, Quill has a commanding lead right now. As you see there, Quill avoiding the enemies, trying to make as less hit lag as possible. So there are a lot of switches in this game, and in casual playthroughs, they're to sort of checkpoint your progress and allow you to easily backtrack through areas and search for chests. However, we only need a small handful of switches, so we're going to obviously avoid it, for else we're going to watch a cutscene, and that's no good. If you lose wheel, I believe it is. I'm not sure. Sniper was asking if it was actually faster to do Molly first if you mess up the vertical room. Alright, Quill taking on the Master Hand, getting a pretty good pattern there. Master Hand can waste a little bit of your time depending on what pattern you get, but usually runners have no problem with it. Alright, let's see if... Alright, so MusiQuil's going through a vertical room right here. You're seeing him puff up and then release the puff and then jump. In this game, your initial jump speed is much faster than it is to maintain floating upwards. So we're going to see him bonk up platforms just like that. Helton getting a bit of a Kuso pattern there from Master Hand, but the grab saves it a little bit. Turns what could be a mediocre hand into an okay one. So MusiQuil is going to go right into Meta Knights here. If I say Mega Titan, please electrically shock me. The strat here is you can use cutter or sword. Most players elect to use sword. And you can manipulate his pattern by sliding into him to cause him to jump. And if you do that, ooh, Quill not getting hit. If you can do that, you can get an extra hit using the aerial spin attack. But Quill, other than that one hit, having a pretty okay Meta Knight fight. Helton a bit behind him here. He has to go through these outskirt sections. So where's Quill off to next? Probably Molly, since it's right here. Grabbing stone for this segment. Not only do we need stone for a peg if players decide to use the lower routes coming up, but it's also used to annihilate the bonkers right before the boss room. Alright, Helton going into Meta Knight. Looking for a clean fight here. Very, very good so far. Excellent! That's exactly what I'm talking about. Using those slides to make Meta Knight jump and getting extra hits in with the dash attack. Unfortunately, Meta Knight doing full jumps there instead of down swords. Oh my goodness, Helton's getting annoyed, or getting pulverized there, but cleaning up Meta Knight, that fight could have... Oh, got more blocks! Those are those random blocks I'm talking about. Alright, Quill moving into Molly. He's going to be doing Molly with throw. There are two strategies you can use for Molly. You can either use hammer or throw. With throw, you'll want to grab an object that Molly throws, rotate backwards, and rub that object in his face. Quill getting the best possible Molly pattern. A huge benefit there for Quill. He's going to be saving a lot of time on Helton, who might not have anything within his power to do with that time loss if Molly doesn't play ball with him. So Quill re-getting wheel here. Let's see where he's off to next. Looks like I have a feeling he's going to be doing Mega Titan. Yes. So MusiQuil doing a fairly standard 80% route of Meta Knight, Molly, Mega Titan, Gobbler. Helton also electing to do Molly with throw. You can do Molly with hammer by picking it up off the bonkers and using that devastating up B fire hammer attack. And that's excellent if Molly decides to waste your time just like he's doing right here with Helton. You hate to see it. Helton losing a lot of time on the segment. Oh my goodness. Oh, almost could have killed him with that throw. All right, Quill doing the vertical Gordo section. Unfortunately, Helton having a rather not great Molly there, but that's a bit out of his control. I hate to see it. Alright, Quill going into the Carrot Castle segment here. Not a whole lot to talk about right now. Oh, that's a lie. We're going into Spike Maze. So if you see there, Quill discarded his ability and re-got it to become Fat Kirby. And with that, if he were to fall into the spikes, he would not lose his ability. It would stay in his stomach. All he's going to do is swallow it before heading through the door there. It makes that room a lot less scary. Since if you were to get thrown into the spikes, not only would you lose your ability, but your star would head into the spikes and it would just disintegrate. And you really want to keep Wheel for this segment to save a lot of time. Gets the Gordo wheel through. That was excellent by Quill. Yeah, where are Helton losing wheel in this? Not a huge deal since there is a wheelie at the top of the room here. There we go. Quill not getting the reverse hit on Mega Titan, unfortunately. Mega Titan is a special boss in the 80% speedrun because it's the only boss in the game you fight with Wheel. And that means we get to keep Wheel, so it's actually faster, not to soft reset and skip the Kirby Dance cutscene. So we're going to see Quill get the Mirror Shard for Mega Titan here. He's going to keep it. If you do not soft reset after a Kirby Dance, it's going to respawn you back in the hub in the last gold. Oh, okay, he's soft resetting. Interesting. But he's doing Gobbler anyways. Okay. I actually timed that. I think it saves the exact same amount of time if you soft reset and go for this mix compared to just watching the cutscene. So that wasn't a lot of time saved there by Quill by doing that. However, first try of that trick is impressive, so great job. Just click the box and unclick it? Okay, what are the two things there? So Crazy Hand is missing, and Mega Titan is missing. All right, so Quill is electing not to get that switch. Some players might prefer to get that Olive Ocean switch for the access to the missile. Oh, Helton get the reverse hit on Mega Titan. Excellent job there. So some players might elect to get that switch to get Missile for the Krakow segment. It is optimal if you do that segment with Missile. However, if you mess up with Missile, then you can end up losing more time than it's worth. So a lot of players, especially since Missile is so infamously hard to control on D-pad, elect not to go for it. Oh my goodness, nothing is tracking correctly right now. Now the Daikons are just disappearing. Okay. Quill seems to have gone offline, unfortunately. I don't know what's up with that. Hopefully his stream will come back here in just a moment. There it is. Okay. We missed out on Quill getting first try. I don't even know what try that was. He was blacked out there for a bit. We missed his boxy fight and we missed UFO. But he's got it now, so I guess that's what matters. There was a mix he did while he was offline there, knocking two Foleys into one another and mixing for UFO. And that's because a full charge shot gets this bomb block and skips this whole entire section. So that's very good. All right, Helton playing it very safe. Normally you can get through that section without hitting any animals, but... without hitting any enemies, but that's all. So Helton is electing to get the switch, so he will be doing Missile Krakow later in the run. Oh, getting a bonk there, jumping a bit too late, or too early, sorry. Alright, Quill's in my favorite room in the game. I don't know what about that room I like so much, but it's just like the constant water movement and tapping jump to just barely miss enemies. Will he get the damage boost? He elects not to go for the damage boost. He damages himself, but not for the damage boost. So Quill has a pretty demanding lead here against Helton here. Here. Oh, having a bit of trouble with the cannon there. So in this next room, Quill is going to be inhaling one of the stone enemies for, well, stone. And he's going to hope to keep that all the way until the Gobbler fight, because as you can probably guess right now, stone dominates bosses in this game. However, between him and Gobbler is a underwater room, and if he were to get hit, he loses rock, and that's a lot of, oh my goodness, a little bit of a tight fit between the Gobbler and the Star Block there. Helton, first try, UFO mix. Excellent work there. Not losing any time on Quill in that regard. However, his stream also seems to keep going down, unfortunately. And there we go. Nice rock drop there by Quill. I like that. All right, drop a rock on him, Quill. Oh, the one cycle! And he didn't even spit the what? Okay, so normally you can't one-cycle Gobbler like that, but, yeah, I guess the specific way he was moving forward allowed Quill to get one extra hit than usual. One-cycling Gobbler, that was insanely cool. Usually for the one-cycle strat, you have to have Gobbler spit out those guppy fish, those ads in the fight, in order to lock you in place with hit lag and deal an extra hit that way. But I've never seen a one-cycle like that. Insanely good by Quill there. Very good luck. Helton tried to go for the damage strat there, but unfortunately doesn't get the air a bit earlier. So Quill is on his way to Candy Constellation, one of the more tougher segments in the run. It's a lot of wheel movement, and it's a lot of wheel movement that you need to get correct, else you'll end up losing an upwards of a minute if you accidentally drop wheel down a pit. Alright, Helton has stone. Hopefully he can keep it into the Gobbler fight. He's going to be losing time on Gobbler due to Quill's one cycle. Alright, coming up, this Frosty can give a lot of people some problems, but if you know a couple of strategies to make the fight better, and if you get good luck and have Frosty just run at you, it's no problem. Excellent work there by Quill. Helton also doing the rock drop, but does it a bit too late there, unfortunately. Alright, will Helton lose time on this segment? Oh my goodness! Ah! Unfortunately, he will. This Gobbler is going a bit rough. But thankfully, it's not that messy. That could have been a lot worse there. Oh god, that jump there that Quill does scares me every time because I've seen it go wrong so many times, but I guess if you're confident, you're going to go for it. Alright, here is where Candy Constellation starts going into overdrive, starting with the maze room. Quill claims this room is incredibly free, but it can definitely provide problems for some runners. And Helton's going for Krakow next. Getting that missile movement out of the way. Now remember, if he utilizes missile here effectively, he will save time on Quill using the traditional, using normal until burning to break the silver blocks. However, if Helton struggles with moving with missile, not using it to its advantage, he's going to lose time since the initial investment of time into getting the gate in the first place is going to cause problems. Missile is the fastest way to move vertically through rooms, rocketing up that room there. Helton not doing a too bad job here at missile movement. And there we go. That's the end of missile. Unfortunately, he was supposed to explode there, but I guess something happened to his input. Rip. Quill beat Master Hand here. Having no problems going through that star block room. Oh my goodness, saying hi to the Scarfy. Unfortunately, the stream keeps going down. Unfortunately, oh, the bonk. That's fine. Helton doesn't need to keep wheel for much longer. Best case scenario, he gets a magic candy from that Dark Kirby. Dark Kirby can drop a 1-up maximum tomato or candy. And the candy is very good because for the upcoming Battlefire mini-boss fight, candy absolutely destroys them. However, the backup doesn't waste too much time, or doesn't lose too much time compared to that, though. Unfortunately, Helton's stream is frozen, so hopefully he's having a good Battlefire. Good luck, buddy. Quill ditching wheel for missile for another very difficult room in Candy Constellation. The zigzaggy room, so far very good. And Helton is already beat Krakow. Okay. That was definitely a scene missing moment right there. Quill, I guess the best way to beat Krakow, again, get stone, get 3 double hit rock drops. For hands, however, our strategy is going to be using fire because of that wide cone of attack, depending on if hands do a double move or get the best possible luck, give you rock, and then do that so they're overlapping. Oh, gets hit. That could have been a better hands fight, but there's Master Hand and Crazy Hand down. Helton is on his way to Candy Constellation. Ah, these stream freezes are very annoying. There we go. Alright, Quill doing the Krakow segment. So he's not doing this with missile, so in order to get through the silver, through the metal blocks to get to the start of the segment, he's going to inhale a burning enemy, which just very, very nicely is in the same room. Cool puzzle, Nintendo. And there we go, through the mirror. That mirror can be a little bit scary, since if you accidentally dash into your fireball or your wheel or... Oh my god, excuse me. Or whatever you're using to knock out the mirror, you can accidentally scare it and you'll have to reload the room. I've definitely lost a couple of runs doing that by accident. And Helton also getting great RNG from this Frosty, taking care of it nice and quickly. Not a whole lot of time lost there. So I do believe Quill is still quite a bit in the lead here. Helton has the entirety of Candy Constellation. Quill almost at Krakow here. I got another screen freeze, unfortunately. There we go. Hopefully, we will actually be able to see what happens in this upcoming room. Quill getting candy. Excellent luck there. The trackers are up to date. Both runners need 2 more mirror shards. Quill needs Krako, which he's about to get, and Wiz. Helton is on his way to beat up the hands, and he also needs to pick up Wiz. Generally, Wiz is left for last because it's easily regarded as the easiest segment. There we go. 1, 2. Oh, Krako being really nice, but Quill getting hit there. Oh, another stream freeze. Oh, only getting a single hit, but that's fine. Krako being nice and doing a rotato there. That's don't call it that from now on. I don't know why I decided to call it. Don't clip me and then have that catch on as the name. Please no. That's cool with Krako. Just needs to clean up the last segment here. Pay Wiz a visit, and then Quill is on the way to Darkmind. Helton, excellent job there in the vertical star block room. So, Wiz, a very easy segment. The wheel movement is brain dead for the most part. The only exciting thing that's really going to happen, other than the Wiz fight itself, is that we have the potential to see a hammer mix, which has a slight bit of luck and a slight bit of skill to it. Great lag reduction there by Quill, by the way. Speaking about lag reduction, I'm pretty sure my whole stream just went down. There we go. Okay. So Quill on excellent pace right now, I should say. Quill's PB is I believe it's a medium 29, a very excellent time, and that's Hammer Mix, unfortunately, is a couple frames late on the inhale, doesn't get them both. That Sparky hitbox is a bit larger than usual when he's attacking, and it's just large enough to inhale both it and the Sword Knight for Hammer. And ordinarily, you'd want to, best case scenario, you'd go for Hammer and absolutely ruin Wiz with the up, but Parasol works okay. That Parasol is always dealing damage every frame it's out, so we're going to be floating in and around Wiz, constantly dealing damage. Helton having an okay missile room. Oh, I had to say that out loud. He's just foregoing missile altogether and going up to the Shadow Kirby room. He's going to lose a bit of time on Quill there. Quill with the final mirror shard. Quill is on his way to the final boss. All right, the soft reset. Quill is going to pay the initial Dark Meta Knight fight a quick visit, then a soft reset. That's to have the game think that we've already watched the cutscene, so when we go view it a second time, a simple start press will get us straight to the action. But before we do that, we're going to equip ourselves with Stone, call the people out of the hub room so we don't have anything distracting us or getting in the way of our strats coming up. And that's an appropriate screen freeze for Quill. Helton taking out Master Hand and Crazy Hand. So Helton is about a little bit more than an entire Wiz segment behind. All right, Quill's stream has completely gone down on my end here. Hopefully that's not him splicing in a better Dark Mind. And there he is. Meta Knight's dead. Hope you enjoyed the run. All right, so for this stage of Dark Mind 1 through 4, the strat here is to ditch your ability, pick up Master, ditch that too, and set up a double star hit just like this. So the double star does a lot of damage to Dark Mind. Dark Mind reels back in pain, and in the process gets hit by it a second time, dealing massive damage. And we're going to be doing that for all 4 forms here. So in each of these interim sections, we're going to pick up another ability. So Quill's going to do the same strat here, the double star, only up on this ledge, we are prepared for anything that Dark Mind can throw at us. No matter what position on the screen, you can hit him, and you don't waste any time potentially. Alright, let's see if Helton decides to go for Hammer Mix. He's gotten it a couple times, surprisingly. There's the Sparky, doesn't get the double inhale, a bit late on the input there after the jump. Well, that's fine. Alright, Quill on Form 3. Quill can save a lot of time if Dark Mind plays ball and gives him either a fire or an ice star, unfortunately doing mirror spin. If you get fire or ice from this fight, if you're very lucky, you can hit that switch that was at the bottom of the screen there and skip this entire ring section that Quill is navigating. Oh, Helton gets thunderstruck. Oh my goodness. All right, so this is Dark Mind 4. This is the ruiner of runs. Not only, so a double star strat is still the strat we're using, but it won't kill him. That's a good thing, though, since green stars are introduced in this fight, which, if we inhale and swallow, will give us a free mix. And hopefully we're going to mix for UFO. UFO absolutely dominates the next fight. There's a green star, but it's too fast! Alright, in this form, Dark Mind's gonna throw stars one at a time. Hopefully one of them is green. There it is, but he gets hit by it! As you can see there on Helton's screen, we get to see the Meta Knight fight. Helton did not call away his Kirby's, so it looks like he'll be getting some help. MusiQuil still struggling to get UFO, finally gets it. There we go, one full charge shot left, and boom! There we go. So for Dark Mind 5, we're going into it with UFO. That fully charged UFO shot will pierce through anything. So we're going to hope for double hits when Dark Mind 5 attacks with its mirrors, since the mirrors also take damage along with that center eye. As we'll see here in a moment. Boom! Right through that mirror. You'll see it cut up. That's a lot of damage. Yeah, Quill is on insane pace right now. He's definitely gunning for a 29, which is huge. Oh my goodness, a very, very good Dark Mind 5. Oh my goodness, Quill is definitely going to 29 this. And he's going into the fight with 3 HP, so he's calling the boys. He was debating whether or not to do it for a moment there. A 29 is an insanely good race time, especially, you know, for, I guess, Quill. I didn't see if Helton double-starred there or not. All eyes are on Quill, though. 29 potential here. All he has to do is go through this last shoot-'em-up section against Dark Mind 6. Oh, that timer is going up. Dark Mind's at less than half HP. He's definitely within range. And there you go! An insane time by Quill at 29:45. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that is a good point. This means Helton's probably on a good pace right now. He just PB'd slightly before this race with a 32. I do not think this is, with the amount that's left for Helton, that he's going to beat his PB, but let's see what happens. Going through all these stars, not getting a single green. Oh no! Not a single green from that. That's exactly the kind of luck that Ruben's world record pace runs. Oh, hey, Quill. I was going to wait until Helton's done his race until we start our post-race interview, but that's fine. Congratulations, if you're still in here.
I mean, I can wait to have further comments if you want.
Yeah, I'd prefer that out of respect for Helton.
That's fine.
Okay. Helton's still struggling to get a green star here. Not getting lucky at all. Are you kidding me? Alright, hopefully you can go for a double mix right there. Oh, but the green star lands directly on him. Oh my goodness. You hate to see it. Oh my goodness, all these plenty mix opportunities, but Helton's not super confident going for it. Oh my god. This is exactly why people hate Dark Mind 4. This right here. Oh, he almost inhaled a green star, but he got hit out of it and everything went down. He has 1 HP left. We're going to see if Helton's sticking with it. Gets the green star! UFO! Don't get hit, buddy! Yes, he's in it! He might have to call the boys here for health, or he's gonna do it on 1 HP. We'll see. Oh my goodness, he's a brave boy. Nope, he's calling the boys. Okay, I lied. There we go, that should be more than enough health here. So unfortunately, Helton not on PB pace. Nice mirror hit there. Now the Kirby's can be very annoying in this fight. This is exactly... Oh my goodness, nice shot there by Helton. I believe that was a triple. Excellent work there. Oh, the blink! But the half charge shot finishing it off. That's exactly why you don't really want to call the Kirbys in these Dark Mind fights, because they're not going to deal as much damage as your full charged UFO, and every time you deal damage to Dark Mind 5, he blinks and is immune to damage for a short amount of time. And obviously, every time you hit him, you want to be doing maximum damage. Helton going into this last shoot 'em up section, and then he's done his tournament race. Not a whole lot to say. If Helton dies during this fight, he doesn't have a whole lot to worry about. As long as his compatriots are there with him, the fight will resume exactly where he left off with the same amount of health. So not a whole lot of stress here, but... Oh, gets hit, and there's the time! I believe that was 33-12 for Helton. That's a really good time for him, I believe. So good job there, Helton. And yes, Quill has joined me here in the race commentary channel.
My apologies on the early entry here.
That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, congratulations on your victory! An insane time at 29:45. I bet you're really happy with that.
So interestingly, I'm not running with the same splits. I'm actually using a completely different setup. So I had no idea what my pace. Thought I had the 24:47 win, as I was thinking to myself, wow, this is good.
This is very good. Not a whole lot wrong happened. Like, was there anything that, like...
Let's see. Very beginning of the tutorial, I messed up the stone. Pretty minor error. On the second split, the DMK split, I screwed up the Gordo room. Even though I got the pattern that I got, like, the cycle that I wanted to, I just accidentally bonked, and so I had to fat Kirby the rest of the way there. Gobbler split was awesome because I got the one cycle, although I wasn't really happy with my performance on the segment itself. But it was okay. Otherwise, yeah, really solid run. I was really happy with it.
All right, so remind me again who you got knocked down into loser bracket by?
I got knocked down into losers by MK Cocoon, who got a 29:45.
Yeah, how about that? So, so yeah, how far in this tournament do you think you can get? Like, how consistent are you with your times here?
So, I've been doing a fair amount of practicing over the past couple months. And I've been getting some pretty good times, like low 30s, high 29s, and this was 14 seconds off of my PB. So I'm thinking that I'll probably be able to go at least 2 or 3 more rounds against Thomas, and maybe eventually I'll meet up with a demo or something. We'll see what happens. I'm pretty excited.
Well, if you do beat Thomas, you're going to be up against, I believe that's Ernator there in Losers Round 3. What do you think about that?
That'll be a little nerve-wracking because I've heard from third-party sources that he is gunning for a 28. He's learning the new crazy route that uses the mix that I did in the Gobbler segment. That's a route that I want to learn, but I'm not completely familiar with yet. But I'll get there. I'll get there. Okay.
There we go.
Yeah, here we go.
Hey,
Joining
Helton.
us in the tournament chat here is Helton. How you feeling? 3:15.
Not my best work, but I'll take it.
Yeah. So, what try UFO mix did you get in Dark Mind 4?
That was first try unbuffered. I have never done that before.
Let's go. When you eventually got a green star, I've seen bad fours in my time, but that was another level. That was sad to watch.
I was starting to get a little upset, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, RNG really did you dirty this race, Helton. Not only did you have a really not great molly, but then this happens. Oof. I guess that's just...
Shockingly, after my Krakow split, I was still ahead of my PB.
Nice!
I had made up that time in molly somewhere.
Alright, so Helton, you were coming off of getting a PB, a 32, I believe. How was your, how did you feel going up against Quill? Going into this race.
Going in, I felt alright. I mean, just getting that PB and knowing I still have quite a bit of time save in that PB.
So yeah, I don't really have a lot of questions. Both of you had otherwise pretty smooth runs. I mean, obviously, Quill, you got a 29. That's still insane. The fact that in a race you basically matched my PB. So... Hopefully you can keep that going forward here to the rest of the tournament against Thomas. Unfortunately, Helton,
he's gonna cream me in the early game.
Unfortunately, Helton, this marks the end of your time in the Kirby and the Amazing Mirror Any Percent tournament. But the question is, was it worth joining, I guess? Like, did you have fun?
Oh yeah, I enjoyed it.
Okay, because you are still pretty new to Amazing Mirror, right?
Relatively, yeah.
Yeah, it's my fault he's running this game, so... This is him being in this tournament might be my entire fault. So yeah. So there's might be a bunch of people watching right now who have either never played Amazing Mirror or never considered it as a speed game. Would you recommend it to somebody?
Yes,
I would.
I would. Yeah.
Why?
I think it takes a while to learn because understanding which doors to enter and the fact that it's super non-linear, so you have to figure out the optimal path to go where you want to. And the other thing is that there's 80 something viable routes now.
Yeah.
So like you can really go almost anywhere during a speed run, but if you really want to hit it hard and get a 29, 28, 30, something like that, then there's a couple paths that follow the same general direction. And once you've practiced a couple times, it's pretty easy to get under your fingers.
Helton, you went for a Gobbler Wheel Mix, right?
No, I didn't.
Oh, you didn't? Okay, you did not in this race. Okay, my bad then.
Yeah,
no, I did the old route.
Okay, playing it a bit safer for the race, I see.
Yep.
Okay.
I don't know if did me going for it actually save any time, because that was the one thing that I did differently.
So, Quill, the way you were doing it does not actually save time, since soft resetting in Mega Titan and then going for that mix and then just going through the cutscene is the exact same amount of time save.
Huh,
so
okay.
How people are incorporating that mix is the whole reason people do that mix is to cut out a trip to the East Rainbow Wheel altogether. So the way I'm doing my route is I'm doing Meta Knight and then Moly, and then I'm going straight for Gobbler using that wheel mix right from the South Gate, and that basically skips an East Rainbow Wheel trip at some point, and that's where the time save is.
So at present, I believe that's actually the most optimal route that we have.
There's still a bit tinkering around right now. Urinator brought up the interesting point about doing Mega Titan first, which might irk a bunch of people, but his reasoning is that he hates wheeling up to Candy Constellation from the South Gate and missing out on the time save you get from getting the wheelie at the top of the Gordo climb. Yeah. So he's actually doing Mega Titan first, watching the cutscene, and then going down to Radish Ruins. So I kind of want to look into it myself and see how much validity there is to that. Yeah, there's still a lot to work out in terms of order, so...
That's actually super exciting, because I really want... I want to get a 28 in this. I do too. I originally said I would be done after getting my PB, but after this race, after seeing that I can get a 29.45 just out of the gate without any grinding, I think that means that I can really put forth some good stuff.
And what a feeling that is, eh? Just really? Like, oh, I'm not done with this game, what? Like, because that was exactly how I felt. I don't know if I'm allowed to sort of cram my own personal stories into this, but I had gotten a 29 out of nowhere. It was a high 29. And I was like, all right, I'm done. I'm learning 100%. But then Demolition came in and sort of popularized us going for a Gobbler Wheel Mix. And that sort of breathed new life into me, because now I've ordered the bosses in a way that it's actually, like, fun. Like, I get all the difficult segments out of the way, and then once I beat hands, it's basically just like, okay, I can just close my eyes, listen to relaxing music, and then crack a whiz and Mega Titan just fall over at some point, and then I can resume back at Dark Mind, but...
Yeah, I think that's pretty reasonable routing.
Yeah. Alright, so, excellent race to you two. Thank you very much for joining me here for some post-race interview fun stuff. If you enjoy these two people, you can find them at the respective Twitch channel. Twitch.tv/MusiQuil is where Quill is. He streams quite regularly and is a very fun person to watch. Helton also streams as well at a12helton. I've been TG. You can find me at Hey I'm TG. I also run this game and also a bunch of other nonsense over there. Very, very, very big thank you to the people at SpeedGaming for not only hosting this amazing mirror tournament, but also are behind the scenes all the time, bringing you this amazing content from across the internet of various speed communities. It's super cool that they are doing this. That's going to do it for this Kirby and the Amazing Mirror 80% tournament. If you're interested about more Kirby and the Amazing Mirror tournament action, I believe the only other match coming up on the schedule is me versus Kinnan tomorrow at 3 p.m. Channel to be decided. If you're not really interested in Kirby and the Amazing Mirror stuff, we've got other stuff going on in the Speed Gaming universe. Over on Speed Gaming 1, we have some Metroid Fusion cool stuff happening, and on Speed Gaming 2, Super Mario Bros. 3 randomizer action. So check those out as well. I've been TG. Have a great night, everybody.